All right, this is the pro video for those of you who think you can handle it. Let's say that you want to actually put a label on this thing. How are you going to do that? Well, a UV automatic is probably not going to work because what you're going to end up with is like all these different faces. So you got this little, it's called a UV shell over here, and then another one over here, another one over here. But what you can do is you can actually stitch these together. So with shift, you can see that those edges line up. Shift right click, move and sew. Let's take that shell out of the way now. And then select these edges, shift right click, move and sew. And that might be the easiest way to do that. So you got that shell. Um, Unfold along the U and then unfold along the V. I find that works best. And then if you want to, you can also straighten your UVs, not border. And that'll get it all nice and straight. So now, what you want to do is select all of these and UV, sorry, go to layout. And it'll put them all together. Oops, push the wrong button here. There we go. Now, if these are two different materials, let's go ahead and assume they are. So let me assign this a different material. Then they actually can be laid out separately. So I can take these two and lay them out. And then I can take this one and lay it out. And that way they can be on top of each other because they're not going to interact. Normally, you don't want things on top of each other because if you put something here, it'll also show up on that one. But since they're two different materials, it's okay for them to be on top of each other. Now, let's say that we want, let me hide these for now. Oh, I guess it doesn't let me move these out of the way for now. Let's say we want to paint something on here. We want to actually slap an image or do something like that. What I can do is go to image and take a snapshot by going up to UV snapshot, and we can say, I'm just gonna put that in my dock. Now I'm putting my desktop. I'm gonna call this one can snapshot, and we'll change it to a PNG. Apply. Now on our desktop, you can see we got this can snapshot. It looks like this. So if I bring that into Photoshop, while that's loading, I'll go ahead and lay those guys out again. Then what I can do is I can open up that file. And I'm going to put a black layer underneath it because it'll be easier to see. And then I'll create a new layer, kind of sandwich in between my UVs and the black. And then I can get an image off the internet. So can texture. I see a Red Bull one here. Oh, here's a Coke one. I'm going to copy this, paste it. And then I can actually stretch it with shift. Enter and turn that off, turn that off. Let's go ahead and export. Let's just save this. It should just, nope, I gotta export it. And this is gonna be your image now, your what do you call it? Your base color. So I'll just do base T, which is texture underscore base color can. All right. Now, if you want to see what it looks like, I think there's a way to bring it into here. I'm kind of forgetting how. But if I go into can face, I change the color. I think there's a way for us to use an image right here, load it, desktop, and can base color, open, done. and you can see that nothing happens. But if you go into 7, if you just hit the number 7, this will be like shaded view. So I have to go into rigging to add some. Ooh, I don't know. I can go into rigging and I can add some. No, sorry, rendering and add some lights. And I'm still not seeing a can. That's weird. Object, let's go to that face, can face, color. Oh, there we go. No. Hmm. Double click. Oh, okay. That's just picking color samples. Well, oh, there we go. We have to go on this little square right here and go to image. But it doesn't really matter. You can just bring this into Unreal. But if you wanted to check it out, file, there it is. Okay, there it is. And then there's going to be more to it than that. You're also going to have to change the roughness and all those other things. But you don't need to do that in Maya because this isn't going to transfer over to Unreal. It's kind of a different process. So there you go. That's kind of the pro version and export that. You can go high poly. And export that into Unreal.